Hey guys, Kyle Muncie here with Morgan Industrial Technology. Today we're going to talk about the coolant faults that we sometimes get with these weld heads and these power supplies. So we're going to kind of go over how to diagnose it, how to try and isolate what the issue is so that maybe you can help yourself get out of some trouble before you have to send a piece of equipment in. So first thing here I want to look at is this right here is your cooler. Obviously this is your power supply. So when you first flip on your power supply, your cooler is going to turn on once you have everything connected. And you're going to look right here, there's a little tiny window. And inside that window, you have your coolant flow sensor there. So that coolant flow sensor, it has, as you can see inside of there, 5 different little fans. So when you have coolant flow, that is rotating. When you don't have coolant flow, that's not rotating, okay? Some of the newer coolers, they also, instead of having the window here, they have a red and a green light here. And if the green light's lit, then that means you have flow. If the red light's lit, then that means that you have no flow. So it basically has the same thing inside. It's just not a visual window for you. So coming over here, let's say that you hook everything up and you don't have coolant flow. So the first thing that you want to check, the very first thing that you want to check is going to be the connection that we have between our weld head and our adapter cable. So right here, on the weld head and adapter cable, typically going to be the biggest and the most common culprit for coolant flow issues, okay? So inside of here, we just wanna make sure that this is seated correctly. A lot of times, some people will think that that's seated correctly. Well, it's not. So what you have to do is you have to pull this back, you twist this, and what I do is I leave it back and then I keep pushing and twisting until it clicks, like you just saw it click, okay? So if that is properly connected, then you should have coolant flow if there's not a clog inside of the line. So that's one of the first places to check. You want to check both the male and the female side. Make sure that they are completely and totally connected and that they didn't come loose somehow. The second thing, obviously, is to look at your cooler. If you don't hear the pump inside of here, then that means maybe the pump has gone bad or something of that nature. So that's obviously something that we want to look at. So let's say that we've connected everything. We make sure that everything is completely and totally seated as it should be on those connections. So the next thing, and we still don't have coolant flow, the next thing that we're going to look at, we come over here. So this right here is where your coolant lines are connected to your water cooler. So on these coolant lines, you just have your return and your out. So what we're going to do is we're just going to unplug this. And you want to make sure and turn your cooler off whenever that happens. We're going to unplug this and we're just going to reverse them because they are not male and female, so they can go wherever. So by reversing them, what we have done is we have changed the direction of the water flow or the coolant flow. So let's say that there is a clog inside of the line. What that's going to do is try and push that clog out and potentially return it back to the reservoir. And that might work as far as getting the clog out. So let's say that that does work, you're good to go. But let's say that it doesn't work. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to figure out, okay, the cooler itself is working. We know that. Our connections are good. We've reversed the lines. So, and we still have a clog. So where's it at? Is it going to be in the adapter cable? Or is it going to be in the weld head line? So we're going to isolate it to that. So this is the last thing that you want to look at. So right here, we've got the 18-inch cheater cable, okay? So it's very easy to do what I'm about ready to explain with this. But just real quick, I want to run over here to the 15-foot adapter cable. You can do the exact same thing on your lines. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect these from the weld head, okay? And we're going to connect them back into each other, okay? So what that's going to do, and I'm going to go back over to the 18-inch cheater cable since that's what we have connected to our cooler. What that's going to do is we are going to disconnect these from the weld head and we're going to put them within each other like this. And all we're doing is we're looping that at that point, okay? So we have eliminated the weld head cable. Now we're on the adapter cable. If you have flow now, then that means that the clog is going to be inside either the weld head line or it's going to be inside of the weld head itself. At that point, you probably need to give us a call and we'll either, if it's a rental head, we can exchange it. If it's one of your heads, then we can you can bring it in and we can repair it for you. We can also give you some rentals, while it's being repaired. So if you're flowing now, then that means that we have isolated it to the weld head. If you're still not flowing, then that means most likely it's going to be within your adapter cable. But it also could be inside your weld head. So the best thing in that situation is to send both of the items in, and we'll assess them and we'll get them repaired. So again, just to kind of recap here, so your cooler, make sure it's got flow by the little window here. You can reverse your lines. Make sure these connections right here are completely and totally seated, and then just kind of follow through those diagnosis steps, and it should be pretty easy to figure out where your coolant fault is. If you have any other questions or want to get some more information, just give us a call, 417-485-4575.